This is Covenant Eyes Special Reporter Dave Caswell, again with Covenant Eyes President Ron DeHaas. And Ron, I'd just like to ask you a couple questions. First of all, marmot's sort of a generic term for a variety of different animals. Is that correct?
It is.
Okay.
And it depends on where you are in the world, too. Here in Michigan, one of the most common marmots is the woodchuck.
Oh.
Very commonly, a woodchuck will be found in woods just like this. Now, we're on the property of Nehemiah Ministries, Ministry for Pastors and Missionaries here in Owasso, Michigan. It's a retreat and counseling center for pastors and missionaries, and this is one of the many trails that you find on the property. And very often in woods like this is exactly where you would expect to find a Michigan marmot, like a woodchuck.
I see.
Yep.
Well, that sort of leads us to the age-old question.
What's that?
When one talks about a woodchuck, then that's how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Ah, that's a very good question, one that I get very often. But you know what? Actually, it's really two questions. Because you say, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And so the very first question is, can a woodchuck chuck wood? And if that answer is no, then of course the answer to the other question, how much wood, is kind of a moot question. And so we really need to investigate that a little bit, just to see exactly first of all, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, and second of all, if he could chuck wood, then how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Mr. Marmot has the answer for us, and Mr. Marmot himself is a great chucker of wood, and so he answers that first question emphatically. Yes, a woodchuck can indeed chuck wood. And he is prepared already, in fact, on a pile of wood that he already has chucked for us right over here. Mr. Marmot, look at you. Look at all the wood that you have chucked here. This is quite a pile, isn't it, Mr. Marmot? Mr. Marmot is very proud when he makes a pile of wood like this, because it's a big job for a little guy like him. Unbelievable that a little guy like him could chuck all of this wood.